2017 Albert Lee Cup at Seafair, Heat 3A.
Done. We'll hand it over to Mark Allen and Bradley.
That's your 5-minute gun, race fans. Now it's time to go boat racing. Here's who will be racing.
The 11, DeJulio, J&D's Tom Thompson.
C, the Miss Home Street, Jimmy Shane, the U1. Also the U.
The 21, Albert Lee, Brian Perkins.
He's Tom Thompson, the driver. The 21, Albert Lee Appliance, driven by Brian Perkins.
The 1, Home Street Bank, Miss Madison, Jimmy Shane.
Driven by Greg Hopp. Seafair thanks Albert Lee Appliance, proud sponsor of the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup. The start of Heat 3A is just a few minutes away, and Seafair reminds you that for your safety and the safety of those around you, everybody's got
99.9, Car Star, Miss Rock, Greg Hopp.
The water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. Heat 3A is presented for Seafair by Home Street Bank. We are at 4 minutes, Brad Luce.
4 minutes until the start of our Heat 3A. This is the last opportunity for these boats on the water, and all 4 of them are on the water. This is their last opportunity to earn points to make it into the final heat coming up later in the day. Mark, you called all 4 of them on the roster. All 4 of them are on the water and running, and I want to use this to kind of explain to our fans who may be new to this what is going on out here right now on the water. We said 5.
Brian Perkins got the course well behind you.
It is, and Brian Perkins is our first Miller. He went from the front stretch to the back stretch. This is a
Okay,
start.
it's been silent. I want to make sure I'm not out of it here. Okay, 318, 318. That's a little early to go all the way around at 80.
Countdowns for them. Their communicators are communicating what time, and they also have a stopwatch in the cockpit. In fact, I think a couple of them have 2 stopwatches just to make sure. Jimmy Shane through the south turn. Tom Thompson in the Miss DeJulio presents J&D's halfway up the backstretch. Greg Hopp coming down across the start-finish line of the main straightaway, followed by Brian Perkins. Brian is in lane.
10 boats behind you. Looks like he's coming on the inside. 10 behind.
See if he does that again. The idea is to get lane number 1.
Coming up on 2 minutes and 35 seconds. 2:35 until our start. The other piece to that,
11's cutting. Follow him.
the lower end of the course here, that's that bright green boat with the red on the nose of the sponsons. The predominantly blue boat belongs to the U1, Miss Home Street.
And let's take a look as the Jimmy Shane cuts through the course too. Now he's got a full buoy there. He's in lane 1. He was trying to get inside of Brian Perkins, was coming around the south turn, and he wanted to get inside. Just about 2 minutes to go now, 2:07.
And the key here is you cannot go below 80 miles an hour. If you do, you will incur the wrath of the officials. You have to keep your boat above 80 miles an hour. Now, obviously, you can't tell on the beach.
11 appears to be early if he keeps 80. We'll see.
The front straightaway here.
He cut through the infield from the backstretch, and he is now in lane number 1, Brad.
Yeah, and typically the rule of thumb is here is to try and keep the rooster tail up as high as that horizontal stabilizer. I personally don't like where he is right now because he is at the entrance pin of the corner at a 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'm not sure he can run at 80 miles an hour and stay behind the start-finish line. We'll keep an eye on Greg Hopp. Now, here comes Tom Thompson. He will come down here in the U11. He's going to be followed by Jimmy Shane, and then coming up behind all 4 boats is going to be the 21, but Brian Perkins. A minute 10 mark.
99 way out. 11's early. 1 minute, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 1 minute. Looking good.
And you saw him realize he was not going to make it, and so he had to cut the race course. Now, watch Greg. He's going to come on front straightaway. He's going to go.
Yeah, you are, but take lane 1.
He's going to hang it hard.
Yeah, we got to pick it up a little bit. There's 45.
Yep, well, that's going to cost him lane 1. He's probably now going to be out in lane 4 as the rest of the fleet. Tom Thompson is early too, 38 seconds, and he is just about at the entrance buoy to that north turn. 33 seconds to go. Jimmy Shane and Brian Perkins, they're in pretty good shape at 27 seconds to go. They're going to have to hang back just a little bit. But Tom Thompson now coming off of that turn, Brad.
Yeah, he's going to be really early. He's going to have whatever lane he would like, but he's going to be on an inside lane. We're still at 15 seconds, and he's going to, remember, he's got to maintain 80 miles an hour. If he drops below, they'll give him a penalty. If he jumps across the start-finish line too early, he's going to have a 1-minute penalty. Here comes the field behind him. 2 seconds, 1 mark, and we are racing in Heat 3A, presented by Home Street Bank. And you see the difference of having boat speed and not having boat speed. As Jimmy Shane gets down here quickly, he is in lane number 2. He was the first one down to the corner, Mark, and he's got a lead coming off.
He certainly does.
Start safe, go learn what the propeller does. You're plus 2 boat lengths to the guy on the outside.
Jimmy Shane up the backstretch, but he's got 3 other boats chasing him and chasing him hard. Tom Thompson, you can see that yellow and red boat, but you got 2 other boats, and Brian Perkins is right in the mix, as well as Greg Hopp in the Carstar powered Miss Rock. They come off of that turn, and it is still...
Okay, he hits a bunch of rough water. You're going to have 2 tails on him here. Watch lights. Watch lights.
3 laps we're going to go, so he's got 2 more to go. But there is some good racing coming up behind him. Tom Thompson is on the inside. He hit a hole in the north end, and the boat leaped out of the water. He almost lost it, but he brought it back down. But look at Brian Perkins. Perkins is trying to move up on him. Your race is for second, but notice that Perkins is running on the outside of the home street, while Tom Thompson is on the inside of that. He's saving ground, running a smaller course, Mark.
And he's legging it out as Brian Perkins cannot catch up with him, as he had a long way to go around the south turn. Now accelerating up the backstretch. We don't want to forget about Jimmy Shane, who's almost already to the north.
Jump, you have a solid 3rd place.
Number 3, and then it's back to Greg Hopp in the Carstar powered Miss Rock. Here they come around the north turn on lap number 2. White flag is up, and they're coming down the straightaway. It is all Mr. Shane right now.
It is all home street. Boom.
Build up on Perkins. Just be smart, please.
2nd place. Home Street Bank, Jimmy Shane starts the final lap, flies the boat a little bit as he comes down the front straightaway. Now we see that Brian Perkins has definitely dropped back.
Tom Thompson way up in the air.
Yeah, Tom Thompson caught some air. He got into some slop on an inside lane, Mark.
Perkins is trying to catch up. He has moved to the inside now. He is on the inside of Tom Thompson, but he's still a couple of rooster tails behind. And inside of him is Greg Hopp. So the boats are now strung out. Jimmy Shane, Home Street Bank, halfway up the backstretch on his final lap. Then it's back to Tom Thompson, about 3 rooster tails, another 3.
Have I got to take another lap? Just a 1-minute penalty, so no.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty much spread out right now. Greg Hopp would love to think he could run down Brian Perkins, because we talked to the importance of those points. But right now there's 400 points on the line, and they're going to go to Jimmy Shane, driving the
Checker flag 1.
blue, the Miss Home Street. Jimmy Shane, your winner of our Heat.
As good as we can do right there. Good start.
Bank. 2nd place will go to Tom
I'll
Thompson.
make a note on the skid. But fall off a little bit. So always check it. See how it works on the trailer.
Greg Hopp flying the 99.9 across start finish line. He will pick up 4th place points, driving the Carstar powered Miss Rock. Heat 3A in the books.
Unofficial order of finish.